Administration, Mr. Sawane, the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Boob, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mr. Sanyang, the Anti-Littering Manager, Mr. Musa Mane, the Director of Environment or Manager of Environment, Mr. Bolombaji, the Director of Community Services, Mrs. Cisse, able councillors present here, the Clerk of the Council, Mr. Gay, colleagues from the media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Kanifi Municipal Council, I would like to extend we would like to extend a warm welcome to everyone present to this important press conference. I will also want to use this opportunity to thank the media for their continuous support and cooperation. Because it's Friday and time is already gone, I would like to invite the Lord Mayor to take us through this important press conference. And please, if anyone wishes to ask any questions after his statement, you can kindly raise your hand, tell us your name and the media house you represent. Lord Mayor, you are welcome.
And of course, our good friends in the media for coming here to join us in the official launch of Operation Sanity. Operation Sanity is an idea that is based on the Council's bylaws. As many know, in 2020, Council introduced the first ever Carnifing municipal bylaws. Bylaws are ordinances or rules that guide our community so we can live in harmony. These are laws that the council will exercise fines on if contravened based on nuisances caused in our community. Now, since 2020, we've been trying to enforce through our municipal police and anti-littering units. However, the enforcement has been sporadic, it has been slow, and it has not been comprehensive. Given these drawbacks, I sat with some of the municipal police officers and the municipal police command, our chief executive officer, and of course our anti-littering unit, and came up with the name Operation Sanity to ensure that we can comprehensively enforce these bylaws. But it's not just about enforcement, it's also about sensitization. Because rather than punishing people, we would like people to comply. Because complying with these bylaws is for the betterment of our community so that we can live in harmony without causing a nuisance towards our neighbor. Now, this operation is aimed to sanitize the entire municipality by enforcing the anti-littering laws through the existing local government bylaws of councils assented by my office on 9th June 2020 for the Carnifing municipality. Sections 4, 7, 8, and 9 of the bylaws mandates us to exercise the powers conferred on me under Section 54 on the Local Government Act. The above section deals with nuisance, including removal of sand and gravel that blocks our feeder roads, private sewage pipes, and disposal of waste products and hazardous substances from households to our neighborhood and communities. It also covers the sporadic burning of waste within the community, and of course, loud music after certain hours in the wee hours of the night without a permit. The operation will look into the areas highlighted below. Number 1, clean and clear waste on all major highways and streets, otherwise known as a setsetal. Levy charges and collect refuse generated by occupants along the highways and streets. Remove or attempt to remove all derelict vehicles and any other machinery that obstruct the highways and streets. Levy charges on any derelict vehicle towed before collection by the owners. Remove and levy charges on sand and gravel owners that obstruct highways, the communities, and the streets. Levy fines on any property found to connect sewage pipes to public drains, street gutters, or simply pouring it out on the roads. To charge or fine anyone found burning any form of substance that is hazardous to humans or pose health repercussions. Control and charge any stray animal owner whose herd is found grazing in the streets, highways, squares, avenues, or public spaces. These are the specific areas that the operation will cover. We have set up a municipal task force that will be led by the municipal police, and of course, working with government agencies and sister agencies, including the NEA, the Gambia Police Force, and other agencies that complement our actions. Procuring materials and equipment that we will need to ensure the swift and smooth operation of this exercise. Conduct public awareness to ensure that our communities, households, residents are well informed about the exercise before it starts. We would prefer that they remove these nuisances before our teams reach that community. Also, as we operate within the community, we will be bringing back Setsetal. However, this time it will be different. Instead of having a municipal-wide Setsetal, we will be focusing our Setsetals constituency by constituency, meaning after the Operation Sanity members and the task force go through our community to ensure nuisances are removed, we will follow with a council Setsetal in partnership with our WDCs led by the councillors, and we encourage all community members to participate to ensure our communities are clean. I would like to also clarify and make it extremely clear. Operation Sanity is by no means or has no similarity to Operation Clear the Roads led by the Gambia Police Force and the central government. Operation Sanity is not about vendors. Our objective is not to remove vendors from any highway or street. That is not the goal here. KMC's stand on the vendors is very clear from the start. Gambia is a poor country. Many people need these petty businesses to survive. We urge government to support council's application to get our municipal lands so we can develop more markets and find a place for these vendors. So therefore, we are not clearing any vendors on the road because we sympathize with their cause. However, any vendor that is seated on the highway has an obligation to make sure the environment is clean, has an obligation to make sure when they produce garbage, they collect it and put it in the rightful place by the end of the day, has an obligation not to burn any materials in the highway or to throw their waste in the gutters. So if any vendor is in contravention with the bylaw, we will enforce. Make no mistake of that. This operation, we hope, will change behaviors. Our intention is not to punish anybody. Our intention is not to inconvenience anybody. Our intention is to bring order and sanity. Because 99% of residents in our municipality are suffering from these nuisances caused by very few individuals. We thank everybody for their cooperation and partnership, especially the media, who is always here to ensure people know what council is about and what council is trying to achieve. And of course, our wonderful staff who are always ready to support our policy decisions and take our lead when we want to make our municipality better. Now what to direct Olaf si local language bi pour ñeneen ñi understand. Maa ngi gërëm ñëpp di sant ñëpp di welcome ñëpp fii tey di dooree nuyu bi councilors, CEO, directors, administrators, di nuyu tam media bi ñu nga xam ne saa yu ñu leen soxree rek dañoo teew pour tasaare xibaar bi ak wax askan bi KMC si lu mu nekk. Tey lu ñu indi fii mooy dañu am loi yuñ tegoon 2020 mai loi bu nga xam ne council bi moo ko indi ñu ko ooyee bylaw. Ñun nguur bu ndaw lañ kon dañ dee am loi yu nga xam ne mun nañu wax ne tam loi yu ndaw lañ loi yu nga xam ne ñooy jàppale askan bi pour ñu dëkk si jaama bañ a xatalante ci suñ dëkkuwaay yi ak ci suñ koñ yi. Kon KMC yaaga naa am loi yi wante gis nañ ne ñu bari nekkuñ di ko topp complaint yu dee ñëw suma office si ñu nga xam ne ñi ngay génnee seen sokawé yi di ko connect si mbedda yi si ñu nga xam ne ñi ngay lakka si biir community bi laka ay mbalit laka ay guy ak yeneen di sonal askan bi si ñu nga xam ne tam ñi ngay tabax teg seen béton yi ak seen suuf yi di bloqué yoon yi si ñu nga xam ne tam ñi ngi am ay moto yu màgget ak ay taaya di ko jam si diggi koñ yi sakaat ma mécanique yu nga xam ne génn nañ ci kër yuñ nekka bàyyi seen moto yi si mbedda bi di xatal koñ yi luwaa yu ñoo ooyee bayloo ñoo war a ñëw pour make sure ne police municipal police yi kuñ jàppa ñuy yaaxa luwaa yi pour ñu make sure ñu fine leen fine bi mooy lan $1,000 naaw gis nañ ne depuis luwaa yi am ñu bari nekkuñ di ko toppa kon ñun dañu am xalaat bu ndaw mooy ne dañoo def opération bu nga xam ne dafa askan bi dafa jàngal askan bi wante tamit kuñ jàppa muy yaaxa luwaa yi nañ la won luwaa bi lu mu wax ak ñaata nga war a fay pour bul ko defaat kon opération bi na laal area yu bari wante dafa ànd tam ak set setal nu ñoo duggee ci koñ yi pour enforce bylaw bi pour jubal nit ñi naka lañu war a dëkkoo dañoo also setal mbërëb bi kon setal bi dañu bugga askan bi suñ kansulo yi ak ñu dëkk si biir koñ yi ñu jàppal loxo municipalité bi ñu setal koñ yi kon bylaw si tamit ak opération bi amul dara pour def ak jaaykat ñu nekk ci mbedda bi opération bi sonalut benn jaaykat toroxalut benn jaaykat génnewut benn jaaykat foo toog parce que xam nañ ne Gambie ñu niw doole dañu bari ñuy jaay si mbedda bi ñu si uppa dañoo faraatu pour yóbbul seen njaboot yi moo tax yàgg nañoo wax nguur gi nañ ñu dimbale si suñ title deed pour KMC mun a jot suñ laan yi mun a yaatal marché yokka marché yi dangaa gis nit ñi am fu ñu dem jaay wante taxut nag ne jaaykat bu nekk ci mbedda bi di ut di yóbbu sa kër warloo tilimal mbéréb booy jaay warloo tam toog foo nekk di laka di sonal askan bi warloo jël sa mbalit tam nga dem dugal ko ci pax yi soo wàccee war ngaa jël bidong booy toog nga yóbbu ko sa kër wante warloo ko bàyyi si diggi mbedda bi warloo jël xeer yi tam nga indi ko ci diggi tali bi nga bàyyi ko foofu nga dem sa yoon lii yëpp tam si yaaxa bàyyi loo la bokk kuñ jàppa ngay def activité yooyu yaa ngee jaayiloo ñun dañoo enforce loolu laa bëggoon a leeral léegi media house yu nga xam ne tam reportoon nañ génnee nañ lu nga xam ne amut ñu ngi leen di ñaan KMC dafa am official channel PR office mooy official channel pour media bi ku am lajte ku am xalaat ku am loo bëgg a xam si biir KMC suñ buntay ubbeeku nañ wante di rightful channel mooy nga ñëw PR office nga lajte bem leer parce que bés bu nga xam ne council bi mi ngee toog di waxtaan yëfi opération bi ñu dégg ay xibaar génn si media bi ne KMC dafa door opération clean the road KMC dafa daaxa nit ñi si mbedda bi mu nekk lu nga xam ne naxari nañu torop ba pare naxarul nañ ko lu ñoo ñaan media bi ñun am nañ responsibility bu nga xam ne partner lañ luñ bugga rek mooy jëm kanami gox ki kon da ngeen war a patient ngeen xaar ba xibaar bi jógee in the rightful channel am na tam newspaper bu bind ne opération bi dañ ko cancel si next day bi xibaar boobu fu ñu ko jëlee ñun tam xamuñ kon lu ñoo ñaan nañ ñu jàppale si liggéey buñ nekka ñun luñ bugga rek mooy suñ municipalité bi am order kon lii caution la rek pour wax ne mayor ak suñ council ak suñ administration dañu gis ne media bi foundation bu nga xam ne la foundation bu am solo la si réew mi partner ñu nga xam ne la partner ñu bugg a liggéeyal la si réew mi ba pare fonk nañ leen kon ñi ngay gërëm ñëpp ñi ngay sant ñëpp di leen waa jërëjëf kon ku am laajte anybody who has a question I am available for any clarity. The municipal police commander is here, the CEO is here, the councillors are here. Any question you have about this operation, you are free to ask. Also, we encourage everybody to get a copy of the council bylaws from the clerk of council, Usman Gay, in case that you will need it to make sure that the population is aware. Also, whoever needs the summary of the operation sanity document, you can get it from Musa Mane, who's the anti-littering unit manager. Thank you very much. Thank you. Point newspaper. All right, your first question is about our schedule. I think you're interested in where we will be in the community, when we will be in the community, and when our teams will arrive. I think there's a schedule already designed by the municipal police. They can make the schedule available to you. Other than that, there will also be, caravan going around the community to actually sensitize people in the local languages that these are the things that we are about to do on certain dates, so that people who are already breaking the bylaws have a room and time to correct their mistake. Our main goal here is about sensitization more than punishment. But then if we give you enough time to fix this problem and you don't comply, then of course the punishment will follow. The second question is, if somebody has a report while the team has already gone past your constituency, how do you report it? Council has structures. We have a WDC office in every ward. We're the only council who has set this unprecedented establishment. In every ward you go to KMC, all 19 of them, there's a WDC office, which is a ward development committee office with a sitting secretary. Secondly, of course, the mayor's office is here. You're always welcome to come report to the mayor's office. We have a town hall, which we believe is the town hall of the people. Then the municipal police office is also behind. You can also go and report this to the municipal police. You can also go to the nearest police station and say you have a nuisance you want to report, and that message can be extended to KMC. But more importantly, we have introduced a free hotline, I think last year or year before last, 1244. When you dial 1244, this is a free hotline where you can call directly our customer care center or our complaints division, and you can lay out your complaint. But I think there's many avenues that have been provided by the council to make sure these things are corrected, starting with the community office at the WDC level. Does that answer? Yes. Oh, the last one about the vendors. Yes. So the laws are vendors should not be on the street, but that is not the council's mandate to implement. We already have mobile police who are in charge of all the highways. But more importantly, we have to look at the realistic situation of the Gambia. Gambia is one of the poorest places in the world, one of the poorest places in Africa. Most of our population is not gainfully employed, and they don't have formal employment in offices like many have the luxury of. They go on the streets on a day-by-day basis on capital that they borrowed, that was capital that was gifted to them by family members, maybe capital they grew through very hard circumstances over time, just so they can bring enough money to their houses to feed their children, to make sure that their children go to school, to pay their rent, etc. Now, knowing these circumstances in Gambia, we have to be very careful about operations we do bring into force, because we may be causing more harm to our population than gains. Now, and most of these people sitting on the streets are grassroots. They are the underprivileged people who are just trying to make a living. They are not stealing. They are not doing vices such as drug dealing and prostitution. All they are doing is doing petty trade. So it is an obligation of the government and the council to work hand in glove to ensure that there are suitable areas where these people can sell. We cannot give them jobs. We are not bringing factories to the country that is giving them work. So we must give them an area they can sell. It would be very wrong and immoral to kick them out of the street and not have a place for them to go. That's why 2 years ago, I said on media, KMC has identified 7 areas that we own. All we want is for government to give us our title. If we have our title, we have the partnerships to bring new markets and market infrastructure. So when you tell somebody, get off the street, you can tell them, you can go into that shop. So that's why we were appealing that give us the title to these lands. So we are again making a recall on government to make sure these title deeds are available. However, if a person selling on the street is doing so, they must do in an orderly fashion. They must make sure their environment is clean. They must make sure they are not creating a nuisance to the public, meaning anything that contravenes our bylaws, whether you are selling on the street or not, we will enforce. First of all, as you have rightly said, these laws have been in place since 2020. We have been enforcing them, just not in a comprehensive manner, meaning our municipal police on a day-to-day basis are fining individuals for contravening these laws. However, we have seen that it is not very effective because the results are not being seen on the streets, like you likely said. Earlier this year, we tried to partner with the NEA, National Environmental Agency, and the Gambia Police Force to make sure we have a structure on the ground where police officers, when they catch offenders, will find them at the police station. But there was a problem being that police officers said they cannot collect money from the public. So the partnership we were trying to create was KMC cashiers will be deployed at every police station to ensure that when offenders are caught, they will go to the KMC cashier and pay. Now that MOU, maybe you've heard me publicly complain about it, was stalled at some point. Not in our control, but in the sister agencies we were trying to partner with. Sometimes we suspect that politics gets in the way. That's why what we always emphasize is this is about the country, let's try and partner and work together. Now, given that our sporadic fines are not effective, given that we cannot have that collaboration with government as we would like, we have come up with this solution as another method to ensure that we reduce the problem. It can never be eliminated 100%, but what we are really trying to achieve is a change in behavior. Because if majority of the citizens comply, I think we will see a physical change on the street. So it's an exercise in a way where if it works, we will ensure that we do it annually to keep order and control within the municipality. But I also assume if you are punished for littering, or you're punished for burning materials, or you're punished for taking your sock away and putting it out in the street, I assume you will make steps to fix that so it won't happen again. And that's the change in behavior. Now, our bylaws, as you asked, has a flat fine. Our bylaw fine is $1,000 every offender, every time. So if I come in the morning as a municipal police officer and you make an offense, I fine you $1,000. I come back next day, the same offense is there, I will charge you again $1,000 until that offense is removed. Now, government has more powerful tools, such as the NEMA Act and the anti-littering laws that have larger fines. And that's why partnership with them will be critical in the long term and for sustainability, meaning that some people, maybe they can pay $4,000 easily, but with $30,000, $50,000, with some of the fines government can levy, that would guarantee a permanent and irreversible change in behavior of our community in the long run. But we don't only want to stop at just finding people, we also want to clean the environment, and that's why we are complementing it with a set setup. So I hope that answers your question.
Good morning, honorable councillors. Good morning, CEO. Good morning, the press and the media. I think Mayor have said it all. Bringing from the chronological background, the concept and the idea of Operation Sanity. Operation Sanity is about. I'll come. Wow. Mandinga. Wow, just 1 minute, right? Then we're going to start the lecture. Then you can go ahead with your questions, then come on. Operation Sanity is about two components. One is the cleanliness and the enforcement of the bylaws. So any question, you can go ahead with it, no problem. So Malaki is Olaf, Maton Blas Olaf, so Malaki is Sose. Wow. And conduct. Conduct and approach is very important. Come, we are here to serve people, to protect them. So, munga def sa liggéey bi nga am li nga buga feka hamlo the culprit or the kuyahalwa. So we will train our people. It's very important how to approach people. So law is already in place. Inshallah, the operation will go smoothly, although it will go with challenges. As you likely say, democracy goes with challenges, and it also goes with rule of law. So at the end of the day, we will try and train our people how to approach people and make sure we execute our orders in a rightful way. Of course, they are already trained. It's just about induction and we orient them more about operation. Yes, sir. They have the training. My name is Sanity, Deputy Commissioner Municipal Police, Chief of Operation.
All the public places, including public markets, more especially Serakunda Market, Latrikunda, Bakau, everywhere, in local languages, both in Mandinka and in Wolof, from page 1 to the last page of the bylaw. So we have done that, although there was this grace period that the sensitization did not continue, but we did it for almost 2 months, community sensitization in local languages, for people to understand what the bylaws are. So I believe that even most of the vendors at Serakunda Market, we have the posters, we have some of the videos with us. You can see the community sensitization. Even we use the caravan the pickup, and the PA system, where some of the community service staffs were on this PA system and the pickup going around the whole municipality, 19 wards, to sensitize people on local languages about the bylaw and the penalties associated to the bylaw. But like he said, we are going to continue. Some of the radio stations, we will be engaging them. We will conduct a sensitization on bylaws so that people understand it very well. Like Mayor said, before we reach there, most of the people, of course, will remove some of those drill vehicles and some of the areas that are very dirty. I believe that they will remove it before we get there. So this is a collective responsibility. It's not only council, the journalists, the community, everybody has a stake in this to ensure that our municipality is clean as enshrined in our vision of the municipality. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My name is Bibi Dabo. I am the manager, Mbalit unit.